Hi guys, so today, the day that this is going up, happens to be my 27th birthday, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a 27 facts about me video. I'm gonna go through these kind of rapid fire. There will be a couple of them that I'll elaborate on a little bit, but within this video, I will have a discount code for you guys for some book-related items, so be on the lookout for that. Fact number one, I do not like talking to people on the phone. I call my dad every single day because my parents were divorced and I knew I wasn't going to get to see my dad very often, plus my dad's old, so then statistically I knew I wasn't going to get as much time with him, which is really morbid. But with the exception of my dad, my mom, my husband, those things, if somebody calls me, I'm like, why are you calling me? When I was a kid, I got stuck in my mom's bathroom. So we live in Arizona. It's very hot here, and sometimes, certain times of the year, the heat can mess with the doors. So the door was really, it had expanded and it was too big basically to open and close normal. And I happened to have used my mom's bathroom because my sister was taking a shower in our bathroom. And then I couldn't get out and I was calling for my sister, asking her to help me. And she just thought it was so funny that she left me in there for a while. I don't like wearing socks unless I'm wearing shoes. Some people think socks are so cozy, they keep your feet nice and warm. I don't like the way they feel. I want them off my feet unless I'm wearing tennis shoes or if I'm mopping the floor. I'm a pretty big goody two shoes, but I remember 2 times in my life pretty vividly of stealing. It was one time when I was a really little kid. There was this teacher that at lunch, sometimes if you came into her room, she would give you a piece of candy, and she was very trusting and she'd let the kids go over and get a piece of candy. And I remember hiding a lot of pieces of candy in my socks, ironically enough. She asked me, she's like, did you take more than one? And I remember I was really little and I remember being so ashamed that I just ran. The other time I was not a little kid, I was an adult. I don't feel like an adult, but I was in college. I didn't live at home, or I lived at home during college. I didn't live on campus. There was one time when I knew I was going to have to stay overnight. I just didn't have the time because I had so much to get done. I didn't have the time to drive all the way home and then drive all the way back in the morning. So I was like, okay, this is fine. I'll make this work. And I realized like, oh, but I don't have like a clean pair of underwear, and I felt really uncomfortable not having a clean pair of underwear. So I went to the store to buy myself a pair, and all the cashiers that day were dudes. And I was like, I don't want a dude to see my underwear, which I know is ridiculous and stupid, but I don't know, I was 19 or something, and I was so embarrassed that I just like put them in my pocket and left. On the topic of needing to stay overnight at the university I went to school for music. One time, once again, I knew, oh shoot, I need to stay overnight. I don't have time to go home. I slept in a practice room. One day I let it slip casually. I was just like, oh yeah, that one time I slept in a practice room, and my mom got really mad at me. When I was a kid, my sister and I had a hamster named Petunia, and it was more my sister's hamster than it was mine. And I always wanted to pet Petunia. I always wanted to put my finger, I was really little, I wanted to put my finger in and pet her. And she, you know, some hamsters are cute. As far as hamsters go, Petunia wasn't very cute. I still adored her and I thought she was precious and I wanted to pet her. My mom would always tell me, don't stick your finger in the cage. Petunia will bite your finger. And I was always like, Petunia won't bite my finger. We're cool. I woke up really early one morning. My sister was still asleep. The hamster cage was in her room. I went into her room and I went to pet Petunia, and sure enough, she bit a chunk out of my finger and I was bleeding a lot. And I like ran into my sister's bed because as a little kid, the first thought is, oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble, not, oh no, I'm in so much pain. So I like ran to the bedroom or the bed and I like tucked my hand under the pillow, and when my mom came in to wake us up, she saw the blood and she knew. She was like, did you stick your finger in Petunia's cage? I have been stung by my fair share of bugs. I've been stung by a bee. I've been stung by multiple wasps at the same time. That sucked. And I've been stung by a scorpion. I don't think little monkeys are cute. I don't understand why other people think they're cute either. I don't really like things that are too close to humans. I think gorillas are really cool because they're massive and they just look like they could destroy stuff and do work. But little monkeys, I'm like, not cute. I don't hate monkeys. I don't wish ill on monkeys, but I don't get it. My favorite comedian is Tom Segura, and I actually get to be such a hipster here because I saw Tom Segura before he had any Netflix specials. I saw him. I was so close to the stage where I saw him at this comedy club in Phoenix. And I remember thinking he was so, so funny. And then going home and then being like, I have to remember that guy so I can look him up later. And then I forgot his name. There was a Netflix special. My husband and I were watching it. And at the time we weren't married. But I was like, I swear I know this guy. And then he told this story about a wallet. And I was like, I have seen this guy. I know this guy. And I knew that what the story, how that was going to end. And I just felt so cool. And since then, I have seen him live again. But it was what would be his 4th special now. I just feel like such a hipster. I've had quite a few random jobs throughout my 27 years of life. One of them was working at a Dairy Queen. For those of you that don't know what Dairy Queen is, it's an ice cream shop basically, but it's fast food. And the one I worked at happened to serve food as well, burgers and chicken and things like that. And I joked earlier about how I've only really ever stolen 2 things. Technically, I feel like I stole my fair share of Reese's and chicken strips when I worked there. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a religious person in the sense that like I have to do certain things a certain way or anything like that. But I guess in a sense, from a general way of looking at things, you could describe me as religious, but I feel uncomfortable at church because I'm quite an introverted person. And at church, when they're like, all right, now let's get up and shake hands with other people and say hi to your neighbor, and I'm like, let's not. Similar to that, I don't like talking to strangers. If it's a cashier, I understand if I'm coming through the line. You know, I'm not gonna be weird and be like, don't talk to me. I used to work a retail job and they were always pushing us to sell. They sold perfume at this place, even though it was a clothing store. They were always pushing us to sell perfume. And they would make us spray a scent thing. And when someone come in, we'd be like, hi, here's our sales today, which I always hated because I'm like, there's things plastered everywhere that says 30% off today. I'm like, these people can read. But the scent strips, we were supposed to spray something and be like, here's one of our new scents. It's great because of this, this, and this. And I just, in my head, every time I had to go do that, I was just thinking like, I'm so sorry, but I have to do this. I love matching, and I pretty much always match my shoes to my purse. And I only really have 2 main pairs of shoes. I have a pair of flats that I wear when it's cold. Then I have a pair of sandals that I wear when it's warm. My writing is quite messy, which I think surprises people. I think in general, people expect girls to have nicer writing. I do. And most of the girls I've interacted with in my life have really nice writing. And that always made me, this is so stupid, but that always made me feel less feminine, which I know is dumb. But I was always like, man, I'm like just such a blob. I can't write nice. I don't wear nail polish. It's not because I hate nail polish or anything. One, I think I have hideous hands, and I think I have little sausage fingers. I have really small hands, which never is evident on my videos, I don't think, how small they actually are. But I have very small hands, and I also have very tiny, tiny child-sized fingernails. And so I just don't want to draw more attention. The next fact is the one that has to do with the discount code. So there is a company that was kind enough to send me some book-themed t-shirts. This is one of them. It says just one more chapter. Thread Tank is the name of the company, and they sent me this shirt along with the other one. I got to pick 3. They sent me this one. I picked this one that says Dork by Nature. And then also I was like, I saw this shirt and it had nothing to do with books, but you guys know I love my dog Luna. And I was like, can I get this one even though it's not a part of the book collection? They were like, sure, of course. And it's kind of one of those slouchy tees that you can wear off the shoulder. It says best dog mom ever. I'll have a link to these specific shirts down below, along with a discount code that can get you 10% off your entire purchase. But the fun fact that goes along with this, and I actually had already planned on doing this fun fact for this before I ended up getting these t-shirts. So I was like, oh, this fits perfect. But I almost always buy my shirts in large or extra large, even though I'm only 5'3", and I'm a pretty small person. But I developed at a very early age, and a lot of the women in my family are very curvy, and I saw, because I'm pretty much the youngest girl in my entire family, there's a lot of women in my family, and I saw the way that people treated them and the gross ways that people would react to them and the fact that they were all super beautiful and curvy, and I was like, I don't want people to look at me. I, from a very early age, started dressing in very loose-fitting clothing because I didn't want anybody to have an idea of what I looked like. And to this day, I still do that. Sometimes my husband will laugh because we'll go to a store and I'll be like, can you get me that shirt up there? Because I'm short and I can't reach. And he's like, what size? I'm like, extra large. And he always just looks at me like, you're a small person. But I just feel more comfortable that way. And I don't by any means think that anybody should think that if somebody is wearing form-fitting clothes, it gives you permission to judge them. So all three of these shirts are actually extra larges, and I love the way they fit. I find a lot of times t-shirts tend to be unisex, and so they just, if you get a larger size, the shoulders are weird and they kind of bunch up in the collar, or where the armpit seam is like really in a weird place. So these are extra larges, and they're the perfect cozy, comfy t-shirt fit. The company itself, their thing is kind of relatability and finding stories you can wear. So they have a lot of different collections. They have stuff for bookworms, they have stuff for dog lovers, they have stuff for moms, they have all sorts of different items, and they're made in the US, they're made to order. So I was really excited when they asked if I wanted to get some of their stuff, and super excited that they are giving you guys a discount code too. Kind of on the topic of developing early and being embarrassed and not wanting people to know that I was getting older and stuff like that, there's a family picture with with all of us where we're supposed to wear jeans and white shirts. This is a very typical vanilla family picture. But I am really little in this picture. When I go back and look at it, I'm like, wow, I was so young. But I vividly remember being afraid that people would be able to see through my white t-shirt. And so I asked my mom, I begged her to let me wear overalls so I could kind of cover parts of me. And so I'm the only one wearing little overalls, my white t-shirt, my like shoes that are too big for me. I don't clip my nails pretty much ever with nail clippers. I have a gross habit of peeling the nail. I know this next thing makes me sound like a complete idiot, but I don't get how telephones work. So what I mean by that is you could explain it to me. But the fact that my voice when I'm on the phone with someone in real time is coming through somebody else's phone, it feels like magic. I am happy to go to symphony concerts. I'm happy to see violinists in concerts, but I don't really care about seeing singers in concert. On the topic of music, I am surprised. I never understood why so many people hated on Nickelback. And maybe you're like, Nickelback's the worst, what's wrong with you? But I don't hate Nickelback. My eye color is green, and nobody can ever tell. I have very dark green eyes. Pretty much my entire family has wavy or curly hair, and I ended up with very straight hair. I hate wet food. I especially hate wet ketchup. I don't have a primary care doctor. I'm obsessed with writing things down, making lists, making to-do lists, grocery lists, whatever, anything like that. Anyway, that's it for 27 facts about me. If you're like, 27 wasn't enough, I need to know more, I have a 26 facts about me from when I turned 26. I think they're all different facts. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will have that discount code for this, your entire purchase technically, but for the company that makes these super cute comfy t-shirts. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me on my birthday, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.